ruin what I have as a view. Hold on. I was just set up and now I'm not. I'm gonna move my carpet a bit. I can't do that. Okay. So I don't know how much you can see of that. I'm hoping it is. Hold on. Let me see if I can hide chat for a bit. Okay. Now, okay, we're good. That's it. So I have never done this before. I have streamed on Instagram, but I had quite a bit of a different setup where my table was in the middle of my room and I had a bit better lighting and you can't see me getting paint, but I'm about to start painting. I have never done any kind of landscaping before, especially with my watercolors. So I am guessing my entire way through this. I am very much guessing. I don't have a reference, but I like to get an image in my head before I start doing anything D&D and, well, really any kind of story writing. I like to get it in my head, especially if I am going to be saying it in front of a whole bunch of people. I don't want to forget what the first scene of my D&D campaign is. So basically I'm going to sketch it out or paint it out and then go from there. But, you know, I cannot see chat. I might show chat for a bit. James, it was not inspired by your cooking stream. It was inspired by I like watercolor painting videos, like Emily Artful and Drawing with Waffles when Drawing with Waffles does watercolors, and I like art channels like that. So I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it since I was a kid, and I'm painting for my D&D campaign, so I thought, why not? Why not do it? So that's what I'm doing currently right now. And plus my face isn't being shown, it's just my painting. So basically, with being as vague as possible, because I don't want like someone who I'm going to invite to my D&D party. Hold on, I got text. Now, if you follow my TikTok, you know my face. I don't need to do a face reveal doing an art video. Okay, oh, I moved it. I'm trying not to move it. I don't have any washi tape. I wanted to edge it and make it look nice, but then I couldn't find my washi tape, so I gave up and was like, fuck it. I'll do the whole thing. And it kind of sucked, but I'm getting friends together and I'm doing a D&D campaign. I mentioned it a whole bunch of times, but I'm very excited for it. I've always wanted to play D&D, and I finally got the stuff to do it. Are you going back to Baxter, James? Did it grow on you? I knew you'd go back because James sounds very professional. Also, so my campaign is basically, I'm trying to be vague as possible, just because in case the people that I'm inviting to the campaign, because I only got like 3 out of the 5 people I want to invite agreeing to it. So I already have like 3 out of the 5 people that I'm inviting to the campaign already agreeing to it, which is Chobit and my brother and my sister. Those are the 3 playing. So I don't want any of them to see my stream and be like, oh, this is what's happening in the campaign, and spoil the whole surprise with the campaign. That's not what I want to do. So being as vague as possible, this is the starting scene. And yeah, that's basically it. This is the starting scene. I probably should have done the tree first before I did all like this grassy stuff. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. I might actually do the tree now. You can't see me getting my brushes, ha ha ha. But that is currently what I'm doing. I'm getting my brush wet so I can do a tree. I'm hoping this is what I'm assuming is a dark brown. Please be dark than I want you to be. And then I don't think I should do leaves. Yes. Thank you, Baxter, for doing all of my Twitch things, because I'm a very stupid dum-dum head and have no idea how to work technology. Oh God, I can hear myself. My brother's watching my stream, and I can hear myself. But thank you also to, I can't remember what grade it was. It was probably 7th grade, where I learned that the less water you have, the more pigment you're gonna have in your watercolors, which at the time didn't really make sense to me because it's watercolor, so I assumed the more water you'd have, the more pigment you've had. But it actually just spreads it out more with more water, so it makes it a bit lighter, I guess. Or it might be the other way around. I might just be stupid. So, do not take any of my art advice. I am very noob at this. I wouldn't say noob. I have been doing art for quite a long time. Like, I want to say 6 or 7 years. But I have not been doing watercolor half as long as that time. I've probably just got into watercolor over quarantine, because that's when I got this watercolor kit. Well, I can't say that because I did do watercolor. I did a watercolor piece in middle school, and that's kind of what started out my watercolor obsession, where I knew a whole bunch of things about watercolors and no place to put all of that wonderful, glorious knowledge. So I just, got a watercolor set, a traveling watercolor set. I love my watercolors. Don't ask me when I'm gonna finish the library, okay? I am very busy being excited over this D&D campaign, okay? So I have no idea. I wish I could add music to this. If I could play music right now and then like as I paint, and then have like the little me talking and just it be like aesthetic and nicer, then I totally would, but I don't want to get copyrighted. I wonder if you could get copyrighted from like lo-fi hip-hop in the background? Probably. I would assume you'd get copyrighted for that. And the library isn't for tomorrow's stream, so I'm not too worried about getting it finished super soon. I have no idea what I'm doing for tomorrow's stream, actually. Unless you have a plan, Jamothy. Just text me on the Discord. No, the library is for future plans. Because... yeah, the library is for future plans. I don't know when in the future. I know it's just going to be in between the future and the end. I don't know what I'm doing for tomorrow's stream. I'll come up with something in my spontaneous brain. I'll probably be sitting on the news being interviewed with all my fellow co-workers and then be like, oh, I know what to do for for today's lore stream. And then the news reporters are going to be, what? Like, what? And then thousands of people watching from home are going to be like, what the fuck is he talking about? But, you know. Oh, I should have done the sky too. Man, I just suck. I should have done the sky before I started the grass too. I should have done flat colors before details. I'm a very dumb, stupid head. Okay. So. I'm sure it's fine. I am. So I don't know what I want to do for tomorrow's lore. I still need to get a Cash App set up so I can do commissions. I am doing commissions. I don't know if I'll do watercolor commissions. I might, because I'm not bad at watercolor. I'm just not good. But I'm not good, quite good with acrylic paint either. And I'm doing acrylic paint canvas commissions, sending it in, which I think I'm going to have to make people pay for shipping, which I hate doing, but I don't think I could pay for shipping with my own money. So that's how that's going to go. I don't know exactly what color I want to do for the sky yet. I don't want it I think I want it to be in the very middle of the day, like maybe noonish. I haven't been doing a lot of lighting with it, so I should do some shading and lighting and figure out where I want the sun to be. Because I honestly... it's stuck to... oh goodness, it's stuck to the paper and you can't see that. Well, that was very dramatic. See, I am a very good professional child, okay? And I totally know everything that I'm doing. Let me get rid of chat for a bit so I can see what you guys can see. Okay. That's good. James, can you see the other half behind chat if you close chat? Or is it if I have chat showing, then you guys can see chat? Okay, so I might get rid of chat for a bit. So you can see what I'm working with. Okay. Hi, chat. There we go. And I am darkening up the tree a bit. At least like the shadowy parts. And trying to decide where exactly I want that sun to be. Because I want it to be over here. And I want this side to be a bit darker. If that makes any sense at all. I just stuck my finger in green paint. Ah! That is my mess of a... Let me get it on the sponge and then wipe it on my carpet. Okay. I guess my stream is like super laggy. Check chat. Check the chat. Oh, okay. Okay, I can see chat now. Thank you for elaborating on that. So I still don't know what I want to do with this because I want this side to be a bit darker. So I might shade up those more grass on this side. I want the hill to be darker. Why can't I define this stupid hill? Trying to find the hill more. It was at this moment Kipper realized they probably should have used the washi tape that they don't have. I should have used washi tape, but it's fine. I'm fine. I like how I said darkening, and by darkening I mean I am just filling all of this in with the dark green. Don't make fun of my chubby hands. That's mean. That is so mean. I do not have chubby hands. Well, I do have chubby hands. You don't have to point it out. Nice. Tyler, I'm trying to... Okay, Tyler, thank you for showing us your McDonald's fry chart. Don't make fun of my hands. They're perfectly normal and fine hands, okay? Just because I have baby hands does not mean you get to make fun of me. Listen, don't make fun of my Hot Topic nail polish either. Or I'll start calling you Discord Kitten again. I like how part of this stream has just been me talking with chat. I wanted to talk about the D&D campaign, but then I was like, wait a minute, what if they watch this and then they know more about the D&D campaign? And I could probably do more streams painting images of the D&D campaign. And I can, elaborate more on what's going on with it. because I am very excited to start my very first D&D campaign, you know? I'm probably getting so much paint on my floor. But, you know. Tyler, do you have to walk in here every 10 seconds with your Justin Bieber hair? Stop, Tyler. Go away, you ass. I got... James, I'm sending you something in the mail. You better be more appreciative of me. I spent like $20 on you. 24. I think is the exact number. Listen, if I spent that 50, I wouldn't have more money to spend on stupid shit. Okay? I need more money to spend on stupid shit. This is a desperate cry for people to pay me more. Just kidding. I love my job, making $10 an hour for just having fun. I only have 8 more days of it, though, and then I have to find an actual real-world job. Guys, please don't make me get a real-world job. Pay for my artwork. It's not that you have to use the, you don't have to use it. I just like to use it because when I find that when I use, well, specifically with text, it does help a bit because you don't know how people sound when they text. Especially for like neurodivergent people who have to read facial expressions and, tone of voice to use like joking tones. Like a lot of times I think people can sound very angry at me when they text. So sometimes I just assume that people are angry when they don't use things like /Jen or /joking. So because I can't read facial expressions. Yeah, that's what the texting tones are for. They're not because no one can understand a joke. It's just when you text, it can get a bit confusing and you don't understand basically what people are trying to say because you can't read expressions or hear tone of voice. Yeah, that's why texting tones are very good to use. And I try to use them. I use slash joking a lot because I joke around and I feel like my jokes can come off as angry or too serious. So I'm just like, this fucking hair is going to bother me because my paintbrush is apparently falling apart on me. Probably because these are probably for acrylics and I'm using them for watercolor. Water damage. My mom just mopped the floor and I'm getting paint all over it. Sorry, Mom. I need more water on my brush. How long has this stream been going for? I feel like it has been going on for a while now. I don't want this stream to be very long. Well, I kind of do. I kind of wanted to at least hit the 40-minute mark. Have I been streaming for 40 minutes? I don't know. It won't tell me. Please tell me how long I've been streaming for. No clue. Oh well. There's a thing in the... I did click it. It's, it only says mute microphone, hide chat, or lock screen. So. I don't know how this is looking on camera. Probably not good. Because I haven't really been checking the camera part of the stream. I'm just gonna go in with some water and then spread all these uneven parts out because I can see a lot of uneven parts. James, can't you just see how long the stream has been going for? Do you not have that power? Oh! God fucking damn it, Dave. I do not have what I need for this next part. So, hold on. Let me improvise by cleaning this paintbrush off and then I might just go in with some small details here and there for flowers because that is what I was planning. Do you have the viewer thing at the bottom of your stream? Oh, it's been going on for 28 minutes. I clicked it and I see that the stream has been going on for 28 minutes. Thank you, Jamothy, once again, saving the day and my Twitch stream. Never mind. My plan is not going as planned. Well, that doesn't look like blood. I'm attempting to make flowers, but the attempt is not going very well. Maybe I should just get a bigger brush. Bigger pointed brush. And then go in and do that. Listen, I do not know how to make flowers. I like how my voice has slowly changed throughout the whole process of this video. I might make it a 28-minute stream. I don't know. It just, whenever I get this done, I guess. I'm just gonna add flowers, and I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. Besides some scripting, so I know what to say at the beginning of the campaign. No matter what, I'm probably not going to change the beginning because I get that as I communicate more with my party, the script can and probably will change, or like the plot line. But for the most part, I want to keep the beginning pretty much the same, because the beginning I had planned for like ever since I wanted to start playing D&D, which is a couple years now. It's storming outside. Oh no. If there's one thing, I do not really like storms. They kind of scare me, not gonna lie. One time it was storming while I was at school, or I think it might have been, it was really windy. Yeah, it was really loud. It kind of scared me. But there was one time where it was either storming or it was really windy, and a tree next to us just kind of like collapsed on our house. So we were living in a hotel for a few days as our roof was getting fixed up because a tree had fallen on our house, which is a normal thing that happens to people. Ohio weather too has been like really crazy, because earlier today it was like super bright and sunny. Like it rained this morning, and that was about it. Like it rained this morning, and then it rained this morning, and then it was super sunny like 10 seconds after it rained. And then after the rain, or after the sun, it's storming again. Either that or it's dry thunder. I haven't really checked outside to see if it was raining. And these clouds are not going well, because this is not acrylic paint, Kipper. This is watercolor. You're not going to get as much pigment out of white that you want. You'd have to go in for a few layers. Or you could just get up and grab your acrylic paint. You know, like a normal person. That's probably what I'm gonna go do. As it still thunders. Ugh. Now I must get up, and that is kind of not what I want to do. Ugh. Okay, I think I'm running out of white paint as well. So. No, Tyler. That is peach. Looking for my white paint currently.
Okay guys, today I'm going to be painting a tree.
Get out of my spot. Thank you. As my vines get in the way of pretty much everything that I'm doing. Okay. Welcome back. And now I will grab my paint and I will do some clouds. Ah, do not fall please on me. Thank you. This is how you do clouds, everyone. You kind of just get some paint on your paintbrush and then you cloud. Because I am clearly the oldest. My voice. I'm clearly the oldest, and therefore I am better. That is how it works. That is the dynamic that works, and that is... I hate the fact that my voice can just change in an instant, just however I'm feeling. Like, I remember for a very long time, I was watching, Little Misfortune. I think that's what it's called. I was watching Little Misfortune. So I kind of had like this French accent little girl voice thing. And currently I've been watching Mitchell's versus the Machines a lot. So the way that I hear my voice, I'm mimicking Aaron, and I don't really like it. Just because I feel like it's like not how I hear it. In my head, it sounds to me like I am mimicking Aaron, and I can't stop it. So that's... Please get the hamster out of my painting. You're gonna get paint on him. He doesn't deserve that. And there are my clouds. I could probably do another cloud up here. James doesn't like the fact that I got rid of you, Tyler.
Got rid of me?
Yes, I told you to get out of my seat. I'm not even sitting in a seat. I'm just painting on the ground like a normal person. And there, that's it. I'm done. So I don't know if you could exactly see.
Does he want to go swimming?
No, do not put the hamster.
I was joking.
I know you were, but still. Yeah, that... Get him out! He's gonna get paint all over himself.
That was not my fault. He did that.
That is not healthy.
He did that to himself.
And then I'm done with my painting. This is it. This is the painting. I finished it in 37 minutes because I'm a very fast painter, apparently. That tree is not looking too good.
My turn.
No. And with that being said, goodbye, everyone. Yeah, are you sure? Yes, in stream.